Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take the thing to see. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special ADRL podcast on Halloween. It is I, your host, South American Borough Drag Racing Champion, Manny. Welcoming all my Manny-acs to the episode. This will be a solo episode by Manny himself, Prince Adam, and both Ryan are busy with Halloween duties, and I am here for your entertainment. I guess let's start off with the most pressing issue. We are back from Huntsville. Yes, I hear this all the time. It is I. It is Manny. What's up, Uncle Steve and ADRL Nation? Yes, it is I, Manny, here to conduct the ADRL podcast while our fearless leader, Ryan Fears, is out fighting ghouls and goblins and possibly a sugar high from candy. But as I was saying, we are now just about 1 week removed from Huntsville. What a race that was. Anybody that was down there, and everybody should have been down there, if you were anybody, you missed a great race down there, bringing the pro mods back to the Huntsville area and letting them rip down on that track. I understand, Rodney. I don't disagree because I can tell you I've only been in this mask for a few minutes. And one thing they don't tell you on the WWE behind the scenes is the amount of heat that is generated within these luchador masks. It's quite impressive. But nonetheless, we shall persevere. We shall persevere. Yes, indeed. If you weren't there, you missed out. It was the place to be, the spot. And we had some people that made it we weren't expecting, which was very nice. Yes, drags her to the front. That would be something you would say, Mr. Trollson, Mr. Half Mill. Let's see. Think about them leathers I wear. Yeah, I can imagine that's probably pretty much what my face is feeling like right now is some nice leathers on a blazing hot day out at the track. So pretty sure that this will be an inside thing only, but we shall see how it goes and we shall see where it goes. But yeah, we had some great times down in Huntsville. Got to see Hank for the first time driving his new car, which was great. We're not expecting this. What do you mean? Oh, so no, always great to see the guys. Uh, and one surprise that we got was seeing everybody's butts pucker when all of a sudden, who starts walking through the pits but the landlord himself. Although he was without his own car, he was able to hop in David Mowry's car, and beautiful Corvette, and whip that thing around the track. Because boy, it was a spicy track that weekend for the pro mods. Dragsters seem to be just on a rail, but pro mods, they like to use all of the lane and then a little bit more in some instances. But fortunately, weekend went off without a major hit from a mechanical standpoint with any of the cars on the track. I know there were some, I'm not going to name names, James, that had mechanical issues that prevented them from getting to exactly where they want. But fortunately, we've got a little bit of time between Huntsville and XRP, which will be coming up here soon. Sorry if I miss any comments. It is not easy to see out of this. T minus 14 more days until the ground pounding, record breaking True Outlaw Pro Mods hit the grounds at Extreme Raceway Park. XRP. If you know what I'm doing, you know what I'm doing. And we are all looking forward to that one. That one is, of course, shaping up to be what we used to call in South America a banger. And a lot of who's and who's gonna be's looking to get down to the track and set some records. And I know we saw on the Facebook post today, Frankie Taylor is locked in and he is ready to bring it to the track. Every time I do it, I think of Clyde, and goddamn if it's not one of the one of the more brilliant but simple marketing techniques that he's got going out there. He knows exactly where to hit that finger to hit that XRP on that hat. It's a piece of work. I love it. Clyde is a unique individual in one of the best ways possible. And Gary Humphreys, what's up, players? Indeed, what is up? That is the question. Right now, the only thing that is up is the ADRL, and we are up to some record-breaking times, as Uncle Steve was mentioning, down at XRP. It's going to be a fast weekend down there. I mean, hopefully nobody's trying to push their cars too hard or anything like that, but pretty sure we're going to see some amazing times coming out of XRP. Eric Ganton, did you see what Bubba said when you posted that Frankie was coming to the next race? Yeah, I think his thumb slipped or something because it looked like he accidentally hit a turtle emoji, which, boy, that don't make sense. That couldn't have been what he was trying to say. I mean, hopefully, if all goes well and things work out, hopefully we'll allow Bubba to have a chance to explain that here maybe next week and see if maybe Frankie even wants to join in on that and defend that. Let's see. Gary Humphreys, my boy, said to tell you he enjoyed the race. So I appreciate that. That is great feedback to hear. I mean, I didn't hear of too many people that made it to the track down in Huntsville that had a dissatisfactory time. We had a couple of days of some good racing going on down there. Before I forget, and boy, I almost didn't, but make sure that I don't. Thank you. Huge thank you from the ADRL to the Verge Outlaw series. What a class organization they run over there. I can tell you firsthand, boy, did we learn many things from them, from just a personnel standpoint, having the right people, the right places, so many different things. But couldn't say more nice things about Brian, Tyler, and Derek, who we got to meet, who was down there running the starting line. And boy, did he run a damn starting line. And it was a thing of beauty to see when those 470 cars and 450 cars lined up, and then we're just boom, 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 boom going down the tracks. So that's what you're looking for at an event. No sense in watching dead time, and we can all hear the tire squeal in between. Let's see. Uncle Steve. He probably said Frankie Taylor don't need them problems. Yeah, I mean, these days it seems like Bubba's walking about 7 foot tall after his passes, and can't really say that I could blame him too much. If I was pulling something like that off, I'd be feeling myself pretty good too. Called that man a turtle. I mean, if there's anybody right now that's able to throw around some emojis like that, boy, if it's not Bubba, um, with what he's been doing here the past month, it's it's pretty damn impressive. It's a sight to see, and it's really, I think, a shot in the arm that the sport needs. Um, we could throw weights, we could throw rules, we could throw all this stuff around, but really, when you boil it all down, at the end of the day, who's pushing who? Nobody. The rules are what's dictating and pushing. So if you don't have somebody that's really getting out there and motivating and pushing themselves to then push everybody else to keep up, you just have kind of a stagnant sport, which becomes a little bit boring. I kind of like the excitement. Went 348 off the trailer up in Missouri, and it's the show me state. And damn, if Bubba didn't come up and show him what he was looking to put down, yeah, 348. That's impressive. Off the trailer, especially, you could test for 4 days and pull that off, and I'd still be impressed. But for Bubba to be able to do that kind of stuff on a consistent basis is very impressive. And I don't think the landlord's going to take any of that just sitting back on his heels. I'm pretty sure that he is looking to get right up in that mix with Bubba. And we saw that the other weekend when they battled it out at XRP 1-2 again. They were both just slinging times back into each other. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of that in person, live, and in action. Let's see. Again, John probably would have joined him in the 340s if he didn't have engine problems that night. Yeah, John clipped into the 340s. I think it was 349 if I remember right. So, and he definitely eked into there and showed that there is a potential to do it. So, obviously, if both cars are able to do it, it comes down to the driver, I guess. Then it's who's the better driver. Let's find out. We'll find out here on the 15th and 16th down at XRP. Very possible. Oh, how did you get left alone? That is the great question of the evening. And, Ryan and I were sitting there talking yesterday. We're like going through the podcast as we usually do before it all goes down. And Ryan's like, hey, I was talking to Lori, his wife, and she was going through all these plans. I'm like, what the hell? What's all this about? And we realized yesterday that today was Halloween. So he is occupied with the kiddos. I shot him out a link. So if he gets a minute, gets a hankering, or gets time or whatever, he may pop in. He may not. We shall see. It's a time of magic. It's a magical night. So with us not doing a Tuesday night podcast because StreamYard was giving us fits, I couldn't let time go by without the content being on there. The producer side of me hates not being on schedule with things like that. So here we are. Eric Ganton, Frankie might need to bring the Corvette back out on the big tires. That Camaro's been giving him problems lately. It's I get it, and I honestly don't know what car it is he's going to bring. I mean, it's kind of one of the good things about being a multiple gun slinger, I guess, is having a couple different guns to choose which one you bring into the fight. I know. What if he gets a little bit frisky and he brings both of them? Woo. Hey, they call him the Madman. Let's see him enter into two Pro Mod cars, and let's see how this shakes down. I don't know what would happen if he drew himself in one of the rounds, but hey, that's what makes it fun. 352 is best for John, I think. That could be possible. It could be possible. But damn, it's right on the cusp. Right on the cusp. I think we're going to run into some pretty favorable looking weather conditions down at XRP. So I'm hoping we find that magic sauce and magic solution to be able to. We know the track's on point. So just for everything to hit that special little place where things go crazy. Is today Tuesday night then? No, and I've had to remind myself of that on numerous occasions already. I always have to put in the filter on Thursday nights. Tuesday nights I can let her run unfiltered. That's more my Outlaw series podcast. This is more my rules trim package podcast, we'll call it. I can't take you seriously with that on. I understand, but boy, you know what? Oddly enough, it is a little bit more comfortable to podcast solo with the Manny-acs. So in these situations, we may see Manny again in the future. Manny may show up down in Texas. I don't know. He was down in Huntsville. Again, I remember when Al Nabi would bring like 5 different cars. Yeah, amen. What a problem to have. Which car to bring? Oh, I guess I'll just bring them all. But I guess if you can do it, God bless you for it. I wouldn't have any problem with it. Let's fill that class up and make this thing out of control. Nick Ray, landlord's going to clean house. My money's on the landlord. And if we're taking and placing bets, let's get that. Let's get some action going in the chats. Let's spice some things up a little bit. And speaking of action, I know James Trolson is still looking for some fun down there in from XRP. I don't know if he's looking for it from the landlord or not, but fun all the same. Uncle Steve says Frank's been having trouble ever since he strapped all that weight on the car up in Missouri a while back. Just say no to weight and crack. Amen to that. I mean, if you can't say no to crack, at least say no to putting weight on your car, because what the hell are you doing? We've got places, we got series that we're looking to let her get out there and let her rip. So, I mean, let's put the cars on diet. Let's keep the cars on the diet. I don't know what the recycle rate on lead is, but I mean, take it to a scrapyard, get something out of it, because you're not getting anything, you're not getting times out of slapping weight on. So let's at least be useful with it. Let's see. We got James Trolson. I'm just saying, you got video 504,000 views and got blessed with doing the podcast alone. Yeah, it's a heck of a thing. Boy, if anybody hasn't seen it, yeah, that video little clip I put out on Facebook on Friday during testing of James ripping down Huntsville's track with some amazing times. That video just caught fire out there, and it went crazy. We're now at just over 500,000 views, which never thought we'd be saying that. Let's see. No door cars there. Bullies at XRP. I get it. I'm pretty sure that there's a few of them out there that you could give a damn fine run for their money. I don't know if I'd be banging on Frankie or Bubba's trailer looking for a race either, unless I just had money to burn. But all the same, there again, LOL. They had cars for Pro Nitrous, Pro Extreme, NHRA Pro Mod, and Top Fuel. Man, we got a great big convoy coming to your track. Nick Ray, we need to get Brother James a good match race. Let's everybody get out there and let's get some good match races going on. Let's do something fun. Qualifying runs and testing, it's all fun and dandy. Eliminations is exciting, but I keep seeing videos and stuff online of all these other types of little fun auxiliary type of races, matches, all those sorts of things. I'm looking to see some of that in real life. That'd be a good time. Steve Evans says, I'm betting on the red cars. Yeah. I can't blame you. There's so many red cars out there. It's crazy. Everybody's painting their car red. I don't know if it's supposed to make it fast or feel fast or whatever, but yeah, there's a lot of red cars. That's a safe bet to put out there. I don't know if I'd go against you on that one. Trying to think. Yeah. Yeah, I think red car to the front, whoever that car may be. Nick Rave says, "My money is on Brother James too." Man, I'll tell you, with the way he's running and the way he's bound and determined to get himself a big check, I wouldn't really want to put my money against him either. James Charles, and I can't hang with them boys in Texas. I'd beg to differ. I would almost think that you could, but we shall see. You coming to Texas, Brian Keller? James is asking. No, yeah, Brian Keller. First time getting to meet him down at Huntsville. Was glad he was able to come out. He had a beautiful KB trailer dragster that he took out there. It was great to see some new folk. And Brian, don't judge me solely upon this. And there is Brian. Way too far from me. You guys need to come up north. I cannot argue you too much on that. I've got a couple places in mind, and I know we had talked a little bit down at the track. So I would tell, if anything, these next couple weeks would be some pivotal and good times to have that discussion. See if there might be something we can work out and something we can do, because I'm all for that. Let's see. Eric Anton said, "Heard they strap and wait on all red Camaros with black stripes." I mean, it's going to get to that point to where it's going to have to. Either that or everybody's going to have to paint their car red with black stripes. Nick Ray, match races do draw crowds in. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I think it'd be some fun. Cut a couple promos. Let's see some of these racers talk it out before we get to the track. See how those negotiations go between them. Eric Anton, the only people that could take down Bubba other than John and Frankie is probably Stevie Jackson and Todd Moyer. I mean, they're more than welcome to come on out to the track. I mean, we're going to be prepping the track for slick tires, I believe. But I know Luis is coming out. He's bringing his Fuel Tech car out to the track, and he's not going to be changing anything with his tires, his setup, or anything. And he's pretty convinced he's gonna give it to a few out there, even with that against him, if you want to call it that. He doesn't seem to think it is against him. So I guess we're gonna have to see how that one shakes out. That's why you play the game. Steve Evans, Eric, and don't believe them ugly rumors. And Scruggs, yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, hopefully with the race being the 15th and 16th of November down at XRP in Ferris, Texas, it might give a few people some opportunity that aren't going to be running in some of the series or some of the races that they typically run in. Might give them a little bit of freedom or an opportunity to come on out. If you're going to do some work on your car in the off season, if anything, take that weight off first. Come on down. Let's play. Nick Ray, we had a lot of fans Friday, Saturday night. It was awesome. It was a great race, great time down there. I guess before I forget, and a lot of this is Ryan's job, so that's why it's not typically on my mental checklist. But huge shout out to The Verge. We already covered that one, so check. But also huge shout out to Dave Sharp and Dawson, the whole crew and staff down at Rocket City Dragway. They were amazing to work with. Everybody that had their job on his crew knew their job, did their job. Everything flowed so smooth and seamless. It was great to have a lot of burden or a lot of thought removed from the equation by Dave and his crew. And he was very attentive, very on top of everything, which was perfect. I had a great time. We had a great experience with Dave and the entire staff down there at Rocket City Dragway. It's definitely don't want to forget them before I get back to any of these comments. Take your mask off. Nope, that's one thing about luchadors. They will never remove their mask. So no, unfortunately, I'm locked in here. Fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it. Steve Evans, after Bubba Stanton went 347, Stevie Jackson changed his phone number. It just says it's no longer in service. That's I get it. That's a hell of a time, and it's one of those things that Steve Jackson and those radials, they can get around in those times, but they can only get around in those times in certain times of the year. And on a Tuesday where the wind's going to the northeast, everything has to line up so damn perfect. But um, as Bubba has shown, you can go to XRP, you can go up to Flying H, and you can let it rip. Eric Ganton, LOL. I heard he's been seeing Bubba's numbers and sees he's never putting his car on big tires again. I mean, some people get scared. They see what's going on and they're like, man, I'm already kind of at the limits of what I can do or what I can take, and I just can't push it to that next level. And they, going super fast or keeping up with Bubba just might not be for everybody. So, God bless him, and hope to see him out there, and hope he keeps doing what he's doing, because I love to see him driving. But yeah, I mean, if he's gonna throw in the towel, we'll catch it. James trolls some big facts. You're wearing mask under that one anyways. Nope. Nope, I'm not. Not even a hat. This is pure Manny. Unfiltered, unadulterated Manny. So yes, great great event, great time down in Huntsville. I got a lot of video. I got a couple memory cards still over at Ryan's that I've got to get from him to put together a nice little highlight reel. Hoping to get that out here this weekend, get that going, so that if you weren't there, you were able to see it, or if you did watch it live on Motor Mania TV, we had Mark and his crew, everybody down there, doing the live stream for that event, which was great. That took a whole lot of wires and setup and finding power and setting up cameras off my plate, so I had zero issue with that. And we'll also be live streaming the event at XRP as well, and we'll have some more information and links and all that whatnot and fun stuff coming out here as we get a little bit closer. Eric, and coincidentally, Bubba is the one that ran against Frankie when he went 347 a couple years ago. I don't think anybody could. I think it'd almost be crazy to count Frankie out. You would almost have to be a madman to count out the madman. It's just a cycle of madness that I don't think any of us are looking to really get into. So I will never count out Frankie. He is a great racer. He got a great car, and I don't think that he's going to take people going faster than him lightly. He doesn't seem like that type, so we shall see. After that, Bubba said, "I'm not coming behind you again, old man." He may have lived up to that and may have proven that to be the case, because right now, uh, unless you catch Bubba sleeping at the light, good luck. It's going to be a long day. He has just got that thing dialed and set to kill. And I know Steve Evans is just hating watching it go down. And that, it's part of racing. But just like Steve said, just about 14 days, or 14 days almost exact, that we will be on site down in Ferris, Texas at XRP, getting ready to let them rip and see if we can turn the world just a little bit. Uncle Steve Evans, time to get back to work, boys. Happy Halloween, everyone. Get the hell out of the left lane because I got to roll. Yeah, make way for Uncle Steve. He's coming through, and he don't stop for nothing but Hooters. So unless you are pulling into the parking lot of a Hooters, keep it moving. We are counting on Uncle Steve. He's doing the important work out there, and we all appreciate him for it. And looking forward to seeing Uncle Steve down at XRP. It'll be great to meet him in person finally. So, yep, XRP is shaping up to be a good event. We've actually got a few people that have called just as of today, or sent messages just as of today, letting us know that they are coming down to the race. We got a couple funny cars looking to give James a little bit of problem. Oh, and Twin Peaks. Oh, we're branching out. I guess it's almost a necessity to have to branch out of the Hooters with them closing down all their locations and such these days. So, yeah, Twin Peaks, not a bad one either. Not a bad one. You got it's kind of in the same line or vein as the Tilted Kilts, and I don't even know if those are around anymore, but that is right. Funny cars will definitely be funny. No, James, they're very serious. These are very serious cars that are coming, and they are looking to kick yo, not Tuesday night. Not Tuesday night. But yes, they are very seriously funny cars that are coming down to make a pass and make some runs down at XRP in our Extreme Dragster division. And that is looking to build up and fill up pretty nice. So we've got a lot of good things coming up and looking forward to for the upcoming event at XRP. And then we got PRI coming up right after that. We'll be looking to get the 2025 schedule out. Oh, everything. Eric, and it is a lot of funny cars and fuel altereds in Texas. Well, good, because bring every damn one of them out to the track. Because tell your kids, tell your wives, tell your husbands, we're racing everybody out here. Everybody loves them funny cars. Damn right, they're cool, funny cars. Interesting to look at. They got hinges and other parts and things that I don't understand or know about, but the bodies are always cool looking and usually got a good theming and painting going on. So be a nice little addition to that dragster class, spice things up a bit. So see some of them and some of the altereds come out and play. I think we're gonna have a pretty good showing as we get closer and closer. More and more will start coming out of the woodworks and signing up to join into the festivities, and really has a potential of being a kind of a yearly end of the year blowout event. James Trolson says, dragster class on notice. If we keep the transmission, keep on doing transmission job, we going 350s. James is looking for a 3.5 time, and XRP just might be the track that's going to allow and provide for something like that. They used to run the alters versus pro mods out there. That'd be interesting. And I wouldn't mind seeing that in the like a second chance race or something like that, and just kind of throw everybody into the same mix and see what shakes out at the end. Uncle Steve says, peace, I'll see you in Texas. You damn right you will, Uncle Steve, and if you don't, we got problems. Me and you we'll have to talk. We'll meet at Hooters and sort this out. James says, I'm going to go steal Bubba's laptop and put his tune in my car. I don't know how translatable that tune is from his car to your car, but if I was going to XRP for the first time and looking to kind of get a little bit of a jump or a head start or a little bit of intel recon, whatever you want to call it, on the track, boy, Bubba wouldn't be a bad person to talk to. The landlord, I think he's collected some checks down there at XRP, and hell, he's landed his plane on the track, so I'm sure he'd be able to give you some pretty good insight on things that do and don't work, and help make that step towards that 3.5 just a little bit easier. Probably not, but who cares? Yeah, I don't know if it would either, but I'm sure he's got info. I'm sure he'd have some piece of advice. Get her done. Damn right, we're going to get her done. Got her done down in Huntsville, and we're going to do that again down here at XRP in just a couple weeks. Uncle Steve says, if I'm not there by Wednesday morning to help you guys, Google my obituary. I'm going to take you up on that. We'll be down there Wednesday. Not sure exactly what time we leave. We got 10 hours from here to there. So I'm sure we'll be down there Wednesday early afternoon. So you will probably beat us, but we'll be coming quick on your heels. So definitely, if you're not there by the time we get there, we're shooting up flares and forming a posse. I've always wanted to form a posse, so this would be a perfect occasion. Roy Lavender says, I'll see you there. Damn right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see everybody down there at XRP. Let's see no sign of free seat in those bleachers, trackside just spilling over, and everybody eating it up and loving it, because it is going to be a great event. Eric Ann says legend has it Bubba ran 344 on his way to Texas. I mean, the landlord would say he might have the only way to get from that is running from the landlord, but um, I don't know if I've seen 344 yet. The only 347, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see something like that down here coming November at XRP. James Schultz says I talked with John already. He says he'll pay me the winner's money if I get it off Bubba's car. He said he wouldn't use it, but 4 rounds. I mean, a deal's a deal, and I think it'd be. I wouldn't mind seeing seeing that happen. I'd say make it happen. Go for it. I'm not a computer hacker or anything like that, or else I'd try to help you out. But I don't see the harm in trying this one at all. But no, it's definitely at Huntsville. I mean, I know one thing at XRP. Definitely gonna miss seeing the Sullivans, the Patriot, John Sullivan, his family, Brianna, the whole crew. Dan Lucas. I know they weren't going to be able to make the trip down to this one. Bruce, Lindsay. Good God, every single person in that crew. It's been amazing to hang out with on these few occasions and to get to see you guys do what you do. Very impressive. I can tell you, one of probably the races of Huntsville was John Sullivan, the Patriot, and Toby Baptiste and the Renegade Dragster. What a race those guys had. Everybody on the starting line. That was the only race that everybody jumped up. Even Derek was like, "Holy shit!" So yeah, that was what a hell of a run you guys put on. It was great to see. Equal opportunity. Everybody can come get some. I'll take everybody's money. Uncle Steve says James Schultz, I can't keep up with all the racetrack records Bubba Stanton has, but I do know he has them in the 340s at XRP and Flying H now. Amen to that. Yeah, you can stamp that in concrete, and nobody can right now can take that away from him. Or doesn't look like he has much competition heading his way for that. Yeah, overall track records, Bubba is going to take it, but if any of those tracks have dragster records, I'm pretty sure James is going to have his sights set upon him. I think he's seemingly pretty bound and determined to occupy any winner's circle that he comes across and to put his stamp on every track by taking the record. Can't see. There we go. Roy Lavender. They're really great folks. That's one of the things I've noticed in drag racing is a high percentage of the folks are high caliber, high percentage individuals, which has been great and refreshing and concerning all at the same time. Because why are so many people all like this? But it's been great to be involved with the people and to meet the people. I've made no qualms about it, and I've said it many times before. Not a car guy, not even a drag racing fan. Prior to all this stuff, I am a fan of it, but the cars and everything like that, the stuff that happens on the track, super cool. It's fun to watch, but that it isn't what excites me about drag racing. All the stuff that happens off the track, all the people watching, everything that goes into between rounds, everybody that has their kind of role, their responsibility, what they do, seeing how it all flows and functions, but at the same time, it's such a fun, mostly fun thing, and it's been very rewarding on that aspect from drag racing, which was unanticipated. So that part I enjoy a lot. Eric Ann says Rodney Butler's car was cool. I like that he's the only pro mod using the clutch. Rodney Butler's car was cool, and Rodney Butler's car was quiet with those turbos on it. It was crazy how quiet that car was, but how fast that car is going to be. Once they get a couple things I think worked out that they're still working on and looking at, I think that car is going to be a problem. And we've talked about it on these podcasts before, to where turbo, now that they're kind of getting honed in and getting their kind of feet underneath them, as far as not James, as far as the turbos and getting them up to speed and getting everything going. I think they're really looking to make a push to be a problem and a contender in the pro mod and racing classes all around. Turbo Todd does it. It's not completely uncommon, so it could happen. We'll see. I mean, maybe it may take a turbo car to take down Bubba. This is where it all gets fun. This is where innovation and excitement happen. This is racing, folks. This is what we all signed up for. All right. Well, we are at 40 minutes. I am dripping sweat underneath of my mask. I'm about to start dripping it out of the mask. I can feel a pool that's happening right here. So I am going to wrap up this Halloween edition of the ADRL podcast. Make sure you keep an eye on our Facebook page. If you haven't followed on there, get onto there so you can keep track of any of the latest that we have going on with the ADRL, keep track of any of our upcoming events, be able to like, comment, subscribe, engage. We can tell. I'll tell you, it's pretty nasty. This was a good idea, and at the same time, this was a bad idea. But I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad I went this route. And I think we'll see Manny again in the future, just as we get a little bit closer to Christmas or into the winter. So yeah, definitely, if you haven't followed us already on social medias, make sure you do, because that is probably the best and quickest source of any information, everything ADRL. You also follow us on our YouTube page. We post all of our content out on there, as well as these podcasts. Working on having a TikTok, and we'll get into that all later, but definitely like, follow, subscribe, all those fun things. And keep an eye out for everything we've got going on and coming up. I can tell you, if next week's episode turns out like I plan, we are in for one heck of a podcast episode on the ADRL podcast next Thursday. We've had episodes where we've had one guest and then we've had another guest after that, but I'm thinking we may have an episode with multiple guests on at the same time. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty interesting to hear all them communicate back and forth with each other. I know it always tickles me to sit back and watch the shows, so definitely tune in next week and make sure you don't miss that. For those folks that do or can stomach or can tolerate, we also have the Bet You Didn't Know podcast on Tuesday nights, where it is still a little bit talking about drag racing, even though I try to get it away from talking about drag racing, but it is a whole lot less filtered and can let your freak flag fly a little bit. But either way, stay tuned to the ADRLs. We have plenty more coming for you, plenty more coming to you. We've got XRP. If you haven't made plans to get down to Ferris, Texas at Extreme Raceway Park for Dragpalooza coming up November 15th and 16th, you are doing yourself a disservice and need to get down there ASAP. Eric, you are kind of reading my mind, but I want to do that, but then I want to take it just a little bit even further than that. So tune in. If all goes as planned, or if things work out as I hope they do, which never really does. So we shall see. But next week's episode should be good. And then, by God, the following ADRL podcast will be happening after that. We'll be live, boots on the ground in XRP, waiting for Dragpalooza to start that following morning. So definitely tune in, stay tuned. We will get you more information on the live stream and more lock-ins as the days come. So we shall see you there.